Hello everyone, this is Valerio Streckenroge, and welcome to City Skylines. I'm starting to play through the Jimboomba map that we created on the live stream earlier, and actually do this as a playthrough. So, as you can see here, this is my starting area. Got a bit of water, got a railway line running through here, got a road. It is a good place to start. Now I'm starting from the very beginning. It's playing the full game. So, let's just get into it. First off, I'm just going to create just a starting road here to start off with. And we'll just connect up to it a little bit here. So, let's go ahead and reverse that. There we go, and then we'll come out there. It gives us start of our freeway connection here. Yeah. We'll clean that up just a little bit, shall we? Should pick this one here. Alright, what we got here? There you go, that actually looks pretty good. Nice start, coming off the freeway, going back onto the freeway. It's pretty good. We're actually going to do the same thing on the other side, sort of. Let's go here. Because we do want to have the road on either side so we can actually build it without having to worry too much about tearing stuff up later. And I'll probably put, like, a lot of my industry is going to probably be on this side of the road anyway. That way, the industry's got direct to the freeway, and my residential and stuff like that don't have to worry too much about fighting with truck traffic, at least for now. Alright, so go ahead and click this back in here. Here we are. There's that. And now what we want to do is connect these two bits of roads back together. So we'll just go here. And let's raise the road up. And alright, so okay, so the road wants to be complicated. That happens sometimes. You just deal with it, and we'll deal with it as it comes along. So let's try this again. Let's go ahead and go back to here. Alright, so what is it doing? It's not really connecting to me very easily onto my... There it goes. Alright, so there's where it wants to be. Fine, we'll take that. Alright, let's go back to our road here. And coming back down this direction. And of course, there's that road. There we go. That's where we'll start off with. Got a nice area here. The road can go in and out without causing too much problems. So, alright. Let's start by building our, just gonna build my little, a bit here. There we are. Okay. So what we got? So from here I can do a couple things. It all depends on what you want to, how you want to design your buildings, how you want everything to look. We could go with just a straight square look, or we can actually just put a few nice large roundabouts here and play around with that. But I'm just gonna change back to a nice smaller road here. There we go. Okay. Hello to whoever joined us. Welcome. Let's see who we got there. Oh, welcome to the party. Met our VRC. Welcome. I hope you enjoy watching this. We just started. And see, we got a few our beginning roads starting out there, and I'm actually right now deciding I'm going to put some roundabouts in for my roads starting from my residential and my commercial areas, just because it looks nicer and you don't have this very blocky look coming around. So let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to put a few placeholders here. Now, I don't usually go right up to these guidelines here. I actually like to go 2 spots beyond that, and the reason for that is when you're upgrading your roads, because the roads literally get bigger, by doing it like this, you actually give room that if you eventually increase these roads to their maximum size, you're making full use of the area without having more roads than you have land spaces. So it's good to think about that for future use. But if you have an area that you're not going to upgrade it very much beyond what it's there for the roads, then yeah, you can go straight up to the guidelines. So I'm just going to go about alright, that'll work there. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this connection here real quick. Alright. Now, making really nice, even curved roads, it does take a little bit of practice, but we can do this like this. Alright. So, basically the idea is you've got, if we want to make this a nice, even curved road, so what you do is where you're starting, you want to come straight across from that until you're about right up to there. So you're basically bringing it straight across so that it's in line with where you want to end it at. Because once you drag it over, it'll automatically curve and you'll get this really nice curve happening. And we can do this the rest of the way here. you end up with this really, really nice curve effect going on here. So let me go ahead and start my stuff here actually. So there we go. Just fill this entire thing centered with residential to start, because it'll tell me when it needs other stuff anyway. So let's go ahead and unpause it. Alright. Well, I'd probably help if I actually put things like power supplies in. Lagging a little bit here, that's okay. Alright, so we're going to put a power plant in, and again, deciding what you want to put in there depends on how you want your city to look eventually. So if you're aiming for a green city to start, put in some wind turbines. Unless you're like apparently right here, we don't really have very good wind areas at the moment. That's okay. All right, so we're gonna have to go with our coal power plant for now, and we're gonna actually put it over here, near our residential area, or not our residential, our industrial area. There we go. And bring our electricity down. I'm just going to come over this way. Connect that up there. And water. And in this case here, as much as, yeah, we've got a small bit of water here, I'm pretty sure my pumps are going to like pump that dry really, really quickly, because all it is just a little feeder stream running through here. So I'm going to have to go with water towers, and I'm actually going to put my water towers, put a water tower here, and one here, still over in my industrial area, because people for some reason don't like having water towers in their backyard. So we'll just go ahead and run our water straight through. And we'll just do this so we get nice in here. There we are. And sewer's next. Of course it is. Now, sewer's the one I'll go over here and just plop right down here and make this nice little sewer thing. But we're gonna do it over here near where our land ends for now, because we can always move it later. Up with there. Connect that up to our water system. And we need to power it. And I don't want to run lines all the way down there, so I'm actually just going to plop a small, for now, just a small wind generator there. Let it power itself. Alright. Okay. So what's next? We need a bit of commercial zone. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put a few more roads in here. Now, what I'm doing here may seem a little strange, but believe it or not, having roads that are, for the most part, you only have like 3-way intersections for most of your roads. is really, really good for traffic control. If you don't do that, you got a lot of intersections you got to deal with. But three-way intersection seems to be pretty good for keeping clear of little traffic, because you've actually cut out a left-hand turn that might otherwise cause problems. Again, I start off with my little lines out from here. And I connect them back up here this way. So just go all the way down so you're level to the... Whoops. You set the left curve. There we go. When you get to these little areas here where it's like you got a road in there, you can still deal with that. You just have to... It may not be exact, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be. There we go. So let's go ahead and put our residential in. Or our commercial. And, actually, I'm going to put my starting commercial up here. This is a nice place to have it. Just plop a nice residential area, or a commercial area right there. And then we got our industry to worry about. So... in the industry area, I'm going to go ahead and just make it nice and a square blocks. And in this case here, because I'm not expecting to expand it to like the heavy industry offices, and I don't see these roads going to be expanded at the moment. So I'm actually going to follow the guidelines with these. And I'm just going to go, come on, 2 out. One down. Nice, big, rectangular area to make use of the roads. There we go. We'll just plop that entire thing as being one big industrial area. Let's check our water. There we go. Water's in place. Greetings to whoever just recently joined in. Say hi in chat. And, welcome. Alright. Sorry, excuse me for a quick second here. Apologize for that. Also, I just want to check something real quick. Okay, you guys can all hear me. That's all good. Alright. So where are we sitting now? Okay, so now they want it more residential. So, yeah, we're just, again, continuing on with our use of our nice little rounded area we got here. Which will be our, end up being one of our residential hubs. So the music you're listening to right now is the Beethoven music pack, and I'm using a mod called so the mod I'm using for doing the music is a mod called CSL Music Mod, and it's a really good one because it allows you to actually create radio stations, upload radio stations that people have done, and also if you got all your stations loaded up, you can just say you want to play all the stations and it will play all the stations for you, which is really, really good because sometimes you get sick of just having the same songs on repeat all the time. So we just need to fix our waterways, our water systems here a bit. There we are. What's your problem? Not enough workers. Okay, so you're saying you want more residential, basically. I just want to see what's there. We don't want to look at that. What? I like that one. Be a nice little lumberjack. There we are. Now, also, I do have the Ragnarok add-on as well, which can sometimes make disasters more powerful, but unlike some people that you see play, I'm not going to sit there and put a massive disaster on there and then have you sit there and say, oh, this disaster just happened out of nowhere and just for content, because it's more enjoyable to see my actual reaction of having to deal with some of these disasters, I think. Of course, any disasters that happen will get put onto the edited version I do for uploads. Alright. What do we got here? Still need more residential. Well, okay. I can do that. It's a nice train running through here already. It's cool. We'll definitely have to connect up to that later on. Or definitely down here when it's over near our industry area. Another add-on that I have is a auto budget, so that what it goes through there and adjusts these settings here based off of what my demands are. So, like, instead of just doing electricity at 100% all the time, it will see what my sets are, and right got it set so it aims like it's producing about 5% more than I need, and it will automatically pause if I got an issue. So it frees me up to actually be concentrating on other parts of the game. Still more residential. We do want to get to our first milestone anyway, so we'll just plop. Now, you can see here that as much as the nice circular roads look good, the big roundabouts and such like that, it isn't very efficient when it comes to actually putting buildings on. So it becomes a bit of what's your preferences and what's your choices, and what type of city you're trying to build. If you're trying to build a New York-style city, go for the grid system. Feel free. But as each city will have something a little different. And you might decide that you want to have freeform roads put in there in some places. But having a planned center of your town, it's a decent idea to have. I like how this came like right up to here. It's almost near the railroad tracks. Obviously, the land that's going to be right here is not going to be as wanted, but we got this nice little buffer here between them. I might add more trees here later on to for that. Okay. Right, residential demand's going down. We've got a bit more of an industry demand here. Now, as I said before, I like to make it so that we're only having three-way intersections for most of the city. And basically what that means is that you end up building what's called a brick-style city. What I mean by brick-style cities, as you can see here, I've got this next section I just put here, and you're basically layering these sections as like you would for bricks. A few different designs can give a few different lengths. Like this one here, I made it like 1 by 4. 1 by 3 actually is interesting as well because you can end up having it look a more intricate pattern. But in this case here, a 1 and 4 will do it me. I'll do a different pattern later on, but it still allows you to have this interesting look while still making use of your area more efficiently. So I'll just plop another industrial area there. And people are... How's power? Power's good. Power seems okay. Yeah, okay. My auto budget only likes it if all my power areas are connected, so I'm going to have to connect this area here back up to the power. But having that little windmill there means is that if something was to go wrong, say a tornado comes through and wipes out this line here, my sewage plants will still run. And any water plants that you do that to as well will still run. Ah, there we go. Little hamlet. Cool. So, just going to pause that for a moment so I can do some work on that. Alright, so what do we got here? Let's just start from the easy point. So again, depending on the type of city you're building, you might decide to go here with these cheaper 4,000 landfills, or you might go with these more expensive recycling centers. Now, recycling centers means that you're not going to produce a lot of waste and pollution. So these can run pretty much indefinitely, but as you can see here, the processing rate, the capacity of a landfill, it can handle a lot more trash, whereas a recycling center, you basically, it can fill up, and then you're just having to process the trash. It all becomes a question of what you actually want and what you're actually after, and how much money you got as well. So I don't want to have a lot of trash piling up the city. I don't want to have been dealing with like a lot of these landfill sites, so I'm just going to go with my recycling center. And putting it over in an industrial area it's a decent thing, especially if you put it here where you're not going to have much else put there. So we'll put that there. And now our healthcare. So being the first city and we're just starting out, we do need the money we got. So I'll just go ahead and take that loan out just to finish putting this healthcare system in. Now, one of the things a lot of people end up doing is they like as soon as a building unlocks, they plop it down. Don't do that. Only put it down when you absolutely need to, because if you start just plopping down all these expensive buildings just because you can, you're not going to have the population to be able to support it. So let's see. So which design do you want? That one, or I think I like that one. Yeah. Difference in footprint? Yeah. This one here does the same thing, has a slightly smaller footprint. And this one here can go over next to our commercial zone. In fact, there's nothing there. We can put it right there. Actually, no, we don't want it there. The reason why we don't want it there is because this is a one-way road. It's basically just feeding in for the freeway. We're going to be upgrading that eventually. So, I mean, for now it's okay to have that stuff there, but we'll move this down here instead. I mean, it costs me a little bit extra, but hey. Because eventually these buildings here won't exist anymore because we'll upgrade these roads into being actual freeways. But actually, for now, we'll just go through. I'm going to change these road types. Since we want the traffic to flow, we want things to be able to access them. I'm just going to... oh, that's not what we want to do. Smaller road. There we go. Do the same thing over here, just so that, I mean, they're not going to be able to enter the freeway there anyway because of how it's designed, but at least gives them a way of accessing these parts of the ground. Actually, I'm not going to build anything there, I think, so we'll just leave those with the one-ways. Let me fix this up here because I kind of screwed that up a bit. Click. There we go. Alright, so what we got next? Schools. You got a few options. In this case here, I do have these nice community schools, which are a little bit more expensive, but a little bit more expensive, less student capacity, but they're actually cheaper to run. And, well, cheaper to run is relative, isn't it? So this one here costs $160 a week, but costs you $10,000. Takes 240 square meters per week of water and 480 kilowatts per electricity. This one here, it costs more, has a higher upkeep, but it's less on the what it takes for electricity and what it takes on water. So if you got a city where resources are a concern, you definitely want to go with these green ones. And I kind of actually like the look of the community school. It's nice, big, full of space. So we're going to put that in there. And we'll put it... there we go. That works right there. Everyone's happy. Okay. So that takes care of that. And we'll just go ahead and speed this back up there and see what everyone needs while we go... wait, start building up to our next milestone. Small bit of residential demand, that's to be expected, so we'll just finish plopping us. That's nice. There we go. And small bit of design for a commercial. We'll just put a few commercial points right there just to make it nice and neat. And do our tax rate real quick. Now, I know that a lot of people like to just put these all at the same type at the maximum they can without people complaining. I kind of liked putting it somewhat like giving our residential a lower tax rate, the industry a little bit higher. Unless they absolutely have to increase it. But see, doing this actually gives you room to maneuver. If, say, something happens and you need that little bit of extra influx of money in, you can raise the taxes without people complaining. Whereas if you already have your taxes at the max and you've over-budgeted yourself, where do you get the money from? It's just easier to do it this way and just try to keep within the limits of your taxes that you put in. That's another reason why you don't want to put every single item you can possibly get all at the same time, unless people are actually needing it. And that's the other thing the auto budget works good for. Like some of your areas, like your schools and stuff like that, it will only fund it up to the point where you actually have students to fill it. So you're not gonna, you can actually put your schools in and just worry about and deal with it on the budgeting side and just let them do what they want to do. All right, so people having problems with water? Let's check. Yep. Always keep a look at this guy here because he usually can tell you that you got problems and you might not realize it that you actually have. In this case here, I just need to connect the water back up. So, let's see what we got. Still got a bit more demand for the residential, so I'm actually going to finish this off by plopping around this edge here. And what I like about this game is you can actually like put your what you got down and not worry too much about it, because you don't get penalized really for having too much space. You just got to make sure that your amenities are all there. If you just got yourself spread out too thin, you're charging more for amenities. Go out here real quick. I'm just going to cut my power lines here back to give myself a bit more room. In fact, I can cut them back all the way because we got a nice connection between our power plant and the rest of our city. There we are. Save a bit of money on that side. Let's check our water. Water's good. Alright. So really all we're doing now is waiting for our next milestone to hit. Plenty of places for them to build houses and such like that, so yeah. Alright, well that's ready. I'm going to go and make myself a coffee. There we go. Okay, I returned with coffee and we've reached Worthy Village. Right. So, getting through these first couple milestones is it usually takes not too long, and it gets you to a point where you can actually deal with stuff. So let's see what we got here. Nice. All right. Yeah, we're gonna pause so I can deal with the new stuff we got here. So we'll go ahead and put ourselves fire department down, and we're actually gonna put the fire department over here in the industrial area. Mainly because fires will tend to be over there anyway. They tend to be a higher fire risk. Let's make sure you guys hear me. Yeah. Whereas the police would be better off to put here near the commercial area. So ideally, for the best locations to put some of the stuff is like you put your healthcare near residential, your police near commercial, and your fire near industrial. And that you'll actually find that will make it really easy to get your people where they need to be quickly. All right. Okay. So next we got our nice little our districts. So can't quite put a industrial districts in just yet as far as industrial specialization, but we can prepare for that. But first of all, I'm going to come over here to our main town here, and I'm just going to change what it create a nice there we go. And I like actually following the roads because it gives you these what are they called, districts that actually they don't look mixed up and like somebody just arbitrarily just said just throw a circle here, throw a circle there. And especially if you're building your area so where your districts are kind of separate from each other. There we go. There. We'll just go through and paint our districts in. And your mouse should actually snap a bit to the road, so following a road to put a district in should actually be easy. As you can see here, this is not because I have a stable hand. This is because it's preferring to link to the road. And just go through again, make sure you got it nice and neat. Alright, and we just finish it off here. So here's our first district here, nice Woodland Heights. And I'm going to actually make this so that organic and local produce, so it's not, all these buildings here will convert into produce areas. And I want these houses to be self-sufficient, so self-sufficient housing. Cool. Now, these buildings will end up being torn down and rebuilt, so doing this will end up with a bit of a loss of money. But that's okay. Just let it run, and it'll build itself out. So 1,105. So we won't do anything else until we reach that point again. So that way we don't get too much into the negative while everything's rebuilding. And future references, you'd be wanting to put these districts in, doing that before you put any of your residential and stuff in. But Now what I'll be doing is I'll actually be let's look at resources. So you can see here we got a resources. We got nice forest area here, but we also got a really good chunk of land. I mean, heck, this entire section here seems to be really, really good for farmland. So I might end up having to, might just end up clipping this entire area here as farmland, and may end up having this area next to it turn into for forestry. So let's go ahead and, while we got a little bit of money, let's go ahead and do it. Let's earmark that out for now. So I'll go straight up from there to about there. Okay, that's good. That's cool. Welcome to whoever joined in. Glad to. I hope you're having a good day. We're just playing on a custom map that I made, and I did put up a tutorial on how to make these custom maps. So feel free to check that in my video section, and step-by-step procedures on how to do it. If you want to see any other custom maps done, just feel free to put a message down there in the suggestion area. We're just gonna go there. We're gonna go straight up. There we go. And we're just gonna get rid of that little crossroad there. So I do have the industries add-on, so this actually will end up being converted into a farmland area, and so I can actually deal with the districts here now. You notice our population has dropped down quite a bit, and that's because all these buildings ended up getting destroyed to upgrade to what I'm telling it needs to be upgraded to. And as I said, that's okay. It can run through. We can do that. It will build back up. We're going to go over here. We're just going to earmark district. And this one here, we're going to use a smaller brush for making this one. But it's okay. It still will follow the road. And the smaller brush is really good as if you want to deal with areas that are like right next to each other and using a road as a boundary between the areas. There we go. Oops. Now, when you're putting in your these districts, if you're dragging, you make a mistake. Like I'll go ahead and make a mistake here. Don't just let go of your mouse. Just immediately just right click, and it will actually undo what you had just done. That way, you're not like feeling like you're having to wipe and redo sections of it. Yeah, so right click definitely is an undo for your districts. There we are. So now we can go to the bigger brush and just fill it in. And we're just going to make this into our farmland. Now, it is okay that I'm making this farmland, but I'll also be putting the actual industrial, the growable industrial specialization in later. The two of them will work side by side. You'll just end up having general farming industry buildings and your specialized farming industry buildings, and that's okay. Ooh, there's a fire there. So, as I said, fire in our industrial area, as I said, that's where your fires are mostly going to come out, and our fire department is already right on the board to take care of it. You see our population's building back up. We're about halfway back to where we were. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit of allergies this morning. And forestry. So where to put some forestry areas becomes a question. I'll have to take a look at that in a bit, but I'll take care of this first. So where do I want to put some forestry stuff? And really, the forestry here is not really major at all. We got a few areas here that are better with that. So, okay. Now, the one thing about forestry is even if you like have an area with no trees, you can actually spend money when you get the ability to landscape and actually plant trees. Plant a huge bunch of the trees there to increase the area's ability to actually create that resource. See, in reality, I'd probably want to actually put my forestry area down here, because I mean it's definitely better in the forest, and I think that's going to be where it's going to go. And it's not going to be huge. I don't expect this to end up being a level 5 when things get done, but let's see. Just putting this on the roads pretty much as I can. Okay. Running a little low on money because of the population rebuilding. That's okay. I got a general idea where I'm going to be putting that down there anyway. So I will end up connecting this area here to there so that the people in the residential can go there, but I'm also going to want to connect it up here to near the freeway area, or even up all the way up here to this other industrial park, because You don't want to have it that the only path that your main industry trucks go is through residential areas, because then you'll just have a lot of traffic problems. Let's see. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna get this second loan here. I'm gonna pay off that first one there, just so I don't have, in case I need the extra money. Because I need to put some more piping down. Alright. And we'll finish up where we're going to put our industrial area at here. You know, it's going to have it's going to actually have that railway run right through it, which is going to really help later on when I actually put a cargo rail through that. So this area here might actually do pretty well for a industrial area. So as I said, I'm going to do this as a nice curved road, I think. And that, again, that's more to keep my rule about the three intersections where possible. And there might end up being another strip of commercial here, just to have a buffer between here and the industry area. So let's go with this here. Draw a nice area. Okay, so it looks like the right click doesn't really undo, it just deletes a portion of it that you've clicked around. I suppose it's a quick way of deleting if you don't want to do it any other way. You don't have to be as OCD about this as I seem to be, but I like having it look really, really nice and yeah. Okay, so right, bigger brush. We're just gonna cut this down here so we have a place we can put the bigger brush. All right. Okay, and we're just going to tell that from now that it's going to be a forested area. Now we'll upgrade these roads into industry roads when I'm capable of doing so. So, all right. And again, I think I'm going to make this a nice curved road heading that direction. And come up to here. There we are. We've got a tornado coming, guys. 3.8. I don't have anything to be able to protect him with. And everyone's unhappy. Why? Citizens are sick. They really? There is a lot of sick citizens. Before this tornado fully hits, what's wrong with my... What is wrong with my healthcare? Interesting. So I've got the healthcare in place. There should be nothing wrong with it. But maybe I should make sure that my roads... Okay, so, yeah, that road is a two-way road. There shouldn't be anything wrong there. I know I got the tornado about to hit, but I really need to figure out why my citizens are sick. Let's look at my budget. Alright, well, it seems to be increasing the budget up for the healthcare. I guess we'll just have to see what's going on, and I'll have to... Let's worry about that after the tornado finishes. So let's see what we got here.
A tornado has touched down in the area. Seek shelter immediately if any is available.
Right down the rail line. Oh, I can't repair that yet either. Well, that's going to be a pain. Run! Run! Here comes a tornado! It's going to go. It's getting straight for the school. No! Oh, it's going to miss the school. God, look at that tornado. Yeah, there you go. Here it comes across the buildings. There goes the cars. Oh, there goes the train. Oh, what devastation. At least it only, like, grazed my city. I mean, I can fix that. But, oh. See how bad this tornado was. I mean, it was only a small one. I could probably start repairing some of the stuff here, though. So we're gonna go back here. First things first, I need to repair my freeway. Oh. Hopefully it'll let me actually repair them. Ah, good. Priority, though, is this freeway. Then road system here. So unfortunately, I don't have... Well, let's check. Yeah, I don't have access to the disaster relief yet, so unfortunately all these buildings that got destroyed here are going to have to be demolished. But at the moment, I'm more concerned about getting at least some semblance of control back to the emergency services to our freeway. Alright, let's let this tornado finish through. Alright, I actually can. I think I should be able to repair the train line too. Nope. Train's gonna have to remain damaged until I open up the actual building of train lines. So, I'm glad I'm not dependent on the train system at the moment. Alright. So, pull this up and start getting rid of these houses here. Alright. Oh, a bit of a tornado. That was interesting. Wasn't a make or break, which is good, and it only got kind of grazed me, which is good. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I've seen some of these disasters people get hit with. Okay. But now I really got to figure out why my citizens are sick. Be good, good title for this thing. The Jimboomba Plague. Yeah, that's what we'll name it. Alright. So... look at the healthcare. Six citizens, 478. Well, is there anything wrong with the sewage? There's nothing wrong with the water and sewage thing, so it's not that. I mean, argument can be made that it's simply I'm not budgeted enough for it. But wow, I've actually never had like this many citizens get sick all at once. Maybe let's check the pollution levels. Garbage levels first. No, garbage is fine. We don't have an issue with garbage. Pollution. There's no pollution. So it's almost as if my add-on decided that it doesn't want to put the proper levels at the moment because it's got the health all the way down. I suppose I should check settings because there's no reason for me to have that much people there. And this is the other problem with using add-ons is that sometimes they may act in ways that you're not aware of. So, healthcare. Minimum budget's 50, maximum budget. So, it should be raising the healthcare and the death care to match what's actually happening, but it's not doing that. And I don't know why. So, I'm just gonna... I mean, it's treating as many patients as it can, so it is working. Let's look at the... I think what we're probably finding out is that it's not filling out as quickly as it should. So I think what we're just going to have to do is tell the auto budget that when it comes to healthcare, let's make the minimum at 75. Let's pull that auto budget up to 75 because it's not handling the healthcare properly for some strange reason. Right. All right. And the only thing that really happens with the healthcare is more vehicles available to actually run. So I think you should find out that because there's always a vehicle ready to transport, it wasn't upgrading the budget any. Let's look at our healthcare. Yeah, so the heal capacity of the building doesn't change. We just end up having a huge influx of sick people. Alright, fine. Obviously, what we need to do... I'm just going back to the options. I'm going to... because obviously, it's not the auto budget that's the problem. So, Alright, we'll put that back down to the 50 like we had it. And it looks like we just need more room for hospitals. So, okay. Another medical center is needed. And I find, as I said, I thought this is really weird, but hey, who am I to argue? We're going to actually put this one practically in the center of town, I think. Just to give something, get rid of these sick people there. They can go straight to the hospital that I'm just building on top of them. There we go. Welcome to whoever just who's joined in. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. At the moment, we got a bit of a plague happening, and I got to try to get under control. I don't know where it came from. But hopefully, I've never had this level of sickness happen this early in the game. We just recently had to deal with a tornado, so that ended up being a little difficult. Alright. Announcer healthcare now. 200 beds available. There's 536 sick citizens. I mean, wow. Okay. That medical center there. Ambulance in use, 3 of 5. Ambulance use, 3 of 4. Let's check my budget. No idea why the health was just like plummeted like that. Okay. Looks like my medical ones are slowly taking care of it. I mean, if I actually could afford to, I'd be putting a full-blown hospital right now. But I haven't reached that point where that's actually unlocked. Okay, treating patients. I think we just have to. We're just gonna have to wait out the plague. That's all I can think of. Is it's just like the only thing I can think of is like a hidden disaster that is part of the game that is not really one you can activate or even mention as being one. It's just a plague running through. It wouldn't surprise me at all. So, feel free to say hi in chat, so I can see who you are. Also, if you, as I said, this map is one that I've built. If you want to see other real-world maps built, feel free to put a suggestion box down below, and I will see about making it. I like making maps; they're fun, especially when you get them working the way they're supposed to. All right, 546 heal capacity. Am I just gonna have to like put out a huge amount of hospitals just to deal with this? I mean, it's not that the number of hospitals I have available, or a number of beds are available. I'm filling them up, and the ambulances are bringing them in as quickly as I come out. It's just that the clinics are full. All right. I really don't have a choice in the matter. I'm just going to have to add another medical center, which means taking out a loan. All right. Right here, actually. There we go. See how big of a dent that makes with our levels. We get what's happening is that we've got so many sick citizens and not enough healthcare to take care of it that the citizens the sickness is spreading more. So, and it's not like I can increase the budget on these, because the budget only deals with how many vehicles are available, not how many beds are available. So I'm really just needing to like build emergency hospitals. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm building hospital yeah, triage units and hospital units. I mean, I can't get another loan. This would be a case, though, where increasing my taxes to deal with this bit of emergency will be good. You're always thinking this first episode wasn't going to be that exciting. Go, ambulances, go, ambulances, go. I'm making a dent. I mean, over half of my population's sick. This entire city's a plague town. What's happening? I think I might have crashed. Oh no. Yeah, looks like I've crashed. Apparently, everyone got sick. Maybe it was my allergies I got today. I just got everyone sick in the city. Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna actually put a hold on, stop this for now, and yeah, join us next time, and we'll see if we can actually recover our population and this health. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, unfortunately, I'm draining money like crazy. I'm gonna have to see where the money's going and physically cut things down, I think. Oh, there's the crash out. Okay, well, join me next time as we try to figure out how to deal with this plague. This is Valerius Drakenroge, and have a wonderful day.